Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Today I will continue our topic types of maps. So let's see. So types of maps, at first we can divide it into two parts. So on the basis of scale and another is on the basis of content. So on the basis of scale we can divide it into two parts. One is large scale, another is small scale. So let's see. On the basis of scale, there are two types of maps, large scale maps and small scale maps. So what do you mean by large scale maps? The large scale maps show a small area in great details. So basically in large scale, everything shows in a larger way, in great details. So details we can get from this type of map. This is one cadastral map, and cadastral map, here you can see all the plots, they are showing very easily. So in details we are getting the information regarding any place. So see the cadastral maps on scale. So here scale like 1 is 25,000 or it may be less than this one. So they give full details of properties and buildings. So it may be 1 is to 400. So they are useful for logical administration, city surveys, recording land ownership and city plans. So these all are we are getting easily and in details in our cadastral maps. Next, the another type of large scale maps, topographical maps. So these maps are prepared after a careful and accurate survey of an area. So topographical map, you can see one part of topographical map is available, and here also you can get all the details like this showing us the roads, this is the river, and these are the tributaries of the river. There have the settlements, compact type of settlements, so that all the informations we are getting very specifically, and they are usually drawn on large scale, and these show both natural features like hills. So we can also show the hills and the valleys and all type of man-made features like any kind of building, any kind of road, settlement, canals, all these things. And these are useful for military purposes. So topographical map is very vital basically for the border area. There they actually plan for everything on the basis of topographical map. Then in our country, Survey of India, so SOI, Survey of India has prepared numerous topographical maps, and these maps are drawn on the scale of 1 is to 25,000 and 1 is to 50,000. So in details we can show all the features on the basis of this scale. Then the second type of scale, that small scale maps. So these maps show a large area in a less details. That means small scale, that means here all the things are not in details and lots of things we are showing in a short area. So there have also some subdivisions like wall maps. So these are small scale maps and they show large areas of the earth at a glance. So at a glance, when we have to show any features, then we are using this type of small scale maps, and they depict various features like relief of any certain area or vegetation pattern, population, communication. These are showing in our wall maps, and these maps are for display purposes in offices and classrooms. And also we are using this type of atlas map or wall map in our offices or in classroom for delivering anything, etc. Then atlas maps, a collection of maps is called an atlas. So these maps are drawn on smaller scale as compared to the wall maps. So here basically wall map is on the basis of wall or any chart paper like this, but atlas maps we show in our book like size. So here more small scale we are using, so smaller scale compared to wall maps, and they are very convenient to carry in a book form. Such maps are therefore considered suitable for educational purposes. So for educational various purposes we are using the atlas maps. And Another basis, that means on the basis of content. Also we can divide the maps basically into 5 classes we can divide. So number 1 is political maps. So what do you mean by political maps? So political maps show the countries of the world. So you can see this is the political map of India, and here what we are showing, the political boundaries, like political boundaries of Chhattisgarh, political boundary of Madhya Pradesh. So in that way, political expansion we are showing in this type of political map. So they also show international borders. So international borders also we are showing, like in between Nepal and Bangladesh. This is the border. So state capitals, cities and towns, and they are drawn on a small scale. So these are under small scale map as well as political maps. Then another type of map, physical maps, that these maps show physical features. That means on the basis of name, easily we can identify what type of maps they want to show. Physical, that means physical features. So of regions of the earth like mountains, rivers, plateaus, coastal areas and water bodies. So that physical features they want to show by the help of physical maps. And these are also done on small scale. So in details we are not getting all the information. So overview or at a glance we are showing the physical features. Another type of map is there, thematic map. So thematic maps represent particular features like vegetation of an area, distribution of minerals, industries, etc. So that means one theme they are selecting. Like here you can see that India measures soil type. So that here theme is soil. So they are showing the distribution of variety of soil, like mountainous soil. So in this mountainous region we can get mountainous soil. Then in this plain surface area beside the Ganga river we are getting alluvial soil. Okay, so this type of soil distributions we are showing by the help of thematic map. So next our topic is components of a map. So the major components of a map are as follows. So what type of components are there? So in a map or any kind of map we can see some basic components. So there should be one title. If the physical map, so there should be the title, that physical map. Then directions. We will see the direction is there in every map. That means which one is the north. That means easily we can identify the south, east and west of the map. And the scale, and particular scale they have to mention. Without scale any map cannot be shows us the proper information. So scale should be there. So let's see one by one. So the title, a title is necessary to identify the map. For example, India soil or India political. So that means from the title. So India, if the soil is their topic, so that means soil distribution they are showing. So India political, that means political boundary they are showing. So title is very much important for a map. Then directions, and two type of directions are there, cardinal directions and ordinal directions. So direction is an essential component of map study, and without the knowledge of direction one can never reach one's destination. So that if we are assuming that this is the north, this is the south, then we can't get or we can't reach any one place according to our destination. So that means direction is also very vital, that north, south, east, west, these cardinal directions we have to know. That with modern technology new devices for finding directions are being used, and in our present situation or present days we are using variety of instruments for measuring the destination or measuring the direction. So direction is a relative term and is expressed in relation to a given point. For example, the Hyderabad is towards the south of Delhi. So that means how we can possible to say that on the basis of compass or on the basis of the direction, then only we can get the tell that Hyderabad is towards the south of Delhi. Now we know there are 4 directions which are commonly known as cardinal points or cardinal directions. So the main directions like north, south, east and west. So these 4 are cardinal directions, and these cardinal points are further divided into intermediate directions, that means in between north and east. So what will be north, east? This is one ordinal direction. Then in between north and west, northwest, southwest, southeast. So these four are under ordinal direction or intermediate directions. So what are the importance of directions? So in this map you can see, like if it is north, so south, east, west, and these are southwest, southeast. So in that way easily we can know that if I want to go towards Rajasthan, so in which direction we will go? Northwest, because here north is there, west is there, so northwest direction we have to go. So what are the importance? That with reference to directions we study the phenomena of celestial bodies, and we know that our earth rotates from west to east on its axis. So all the celestial bodies we can identify on the basis of direction from one place. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So these are also we are mentioning on the basis of these directions. And we refer to directions in finding our destination on the map. And then the defense services like Navy, Air Force and Army work on the basis of these directions, because like Navy, they are traveling with their ships. How it is possible? On the basis of direction only. So on the basis of map and compass, they are identifying their place, and according to the direction they are traveling. So for students too also it is very important. Directions are important to study the map of a country or a town. So how we can calculate the directions? Some methods, some gadgets are available. So number one is using a magnetic compass. So the most popular method of finding direction is to use a magnetic compass. So on the basis of one magnetic compass, easily we can identify the directions. So the needle of the compass always point to the north. So here you can see that north is there. So if we can identify the north, then easily the other cardinal and ordinal directions easily we can measure. So this is the simplest and the easiest way to identify the direction. Then the compass has a magnetic needle which is balanced at its center on a pivot, and this enables the needle to swing freely on a dial on which the cardinal points are marked. And when the compass is placed on a flat surface, the needle will swing and come to rest in the north-south direction. So this actually basically work on the basis of our Earth's magnetic field. And a magnetic compass is also called the mariner's compass, because mariners or seamen use it to find the direction over the ocean. So at first it was very usable for the mariners. That's why it is also called as mariner's compass. Another method, with the help of the rising sun, also we can identify the directions. That we can find directions with the help of the sun. So we know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So on the basis of this, we can also identify the directions. Then if we stand facing the sun in the morning, then we are facing the east, and the west is towards our back. So in that way easily we can identify, and the left hand point towards the north and the right hand points towards the south. So in that way, on the basis of sunrise and sunset, easily you can identify the directions. Another method is there with the help of the pole star. So another way of finding directions is the pole star or north star, because pole star always stay on the side of on the north direction. So the pole star always points towards the north and is always visible in the sky. So in the modern northern hemisphere, there is a constellation of 7 stars. It is known as Ursa Major or Great Bear, and it is called Saptarshi, 7 sages in India. And the two right hand stars of the plough always point towards the pole star. So on the basis of pole star, easily we can identify the directions. Another method is there with the help of bearing. So to find the exact direction with respect to Earth, bearing are used. So another method is there available, bearing method, and it is always measured in clockwise direction. So the term bearing is also used in navigation to refer to a direction of motion, and it is measured in degrees. So here you can see that, like from the north bar, that all the other angles we are measuring, like this one, from this one to B, 66 degree 40 minutes, then this value, then from here to here 322 degree 26 minutes. So in that way, on the basis of bearing, on the basis of angle or degree value, we can measure the direction.